Richard Goodall, the beloved singing janitor from America's Got Talent, never imagined that his life would change so dramatically. A janitor at Sullivan Elementary School in Indiana, Richard was content with his simple life, finding solace in singing as he went about his work. For years, he quietly sang to himself while mopping floors and tidying classrooms, his voice filling the empty hallways after the students had gone home. Singing had always been a deeply personal escape, a way to cope with life's ups and downs, including the heartbreak of losing his first wife to cancer in 2019. Richard's students were the first to recognize his talent. They would often stop to listen, captivated by his rich, resonant voice and encouraging him to pursue his dreams. Little did they know, their support would push him to take one of the biggest steps of his life, auditioning for America's Got Talent. His decision wasn't made lightly. It took years of self-doubt, loss, and the unwavering support of his fiancée, Angie, who had been with him through every high and low. Despite facing public scrutiny and harsh words about their relationship, especially concerning their age difference, Angie remained his rock, giving him the courage to pursue a dream he'd kept hidden for so long. Richard's audition story is the stuff of legends. During an interview setup, a local news crew inadvertently caught him singing, and within days, the video had gone viral, exposing his talent to an audience far beyond the school hallways. Overnight, he went from being the singing janitor known only by students and colleagues to a viral sensation. The internet buzzed with excitement over the discovery of this hidden talent, a man whose voice seemed destined for bigger stages. This unplanned moment of fame was the spark that led him to try out for America's Got Talent, a show designed to spotlight the extraordinary abilities of everyday people. America's Got Talent, a talent show that has launched careers and changed lives since it first aired in 2006, seemed like the perfect stage for Richard. Created by Simon Cowell, AGT has captivated millions by featuring acts ranging from acrobats to singers, magicians to dancers, all vying for a life-changing grand prize, a cash award, and the chance to headline a Las Vegas show. With only 90 seconds to prove themselves, contestants must capture the judges' and audience's hearts from the first note. It's a make-or-break moment, and for someone like Richard, who had spent his life behind the scenes, stepping onto this stage felt monumental. When Richard finally stepped on stage, he wore his usual attire, a simple shirt and cap, a humble nod to his life as a janitor. He introduced himself to AGT host Terry Crews, who was touched by Richard's journey, recalling his own early struggles as a janitor while pursuing a career in entertainment. Their conversation was a powerful reminder that big dreams often emerge from the most unexpected places. With the audience and judges watching closely, Richard prepared for what could be the most pivotal performance of his life. Then came the moment of truth. As Richard began singing Don't Stop Believin' by Journey, a song chosen for its deeply personal message of resilience, the atmosphere in the room shifted. The first few notes echoed through the theater, and his voice, filled with raw emotion and power, stunned the audience. Judges leaned forward, captivated by the strength of his voice and the passion behind it. In a matter of moments, Richard transformed from a janitor to a star, and for the first time, the world got a glimpse of the talent he had kept hidden for years. The audience erupted in applause, and for Richard, this wasn't just a performance, it was a triumph over years of adversity and heartache. As the final note rang out, Richard stood on stage, overwhelmed by the cheers and applause. The judges were visibly moved, with one calling his performance unexpectedly powerful, while another praised him for his authenticity and courage. For a man who had spent his life on the periphery, this validation felt like a dream. With each clap, each cheer, he felt the years of quiet perseverance and personal hardship culminating in this beautiful moment. However, as quickly as the applause had come, the challenges of newfound fame set in. Social media became both a blessing and a curse for Richard. While countless fans celebrated his talent, the harsh world of online scrutiny brought challenges to his personal life into the public eye. His relationship with Angie, once a private source of comfort, became fodder for tabloid speculation. Hurtful comments about their age difference and whispers about his past threatened to overshadow his talent. But through it all, Angie stood by him, her loyalty unwavering. Despite the intense media attention, Richard continued to focus on his music, determined to prove that his voice wasn't just a viral sensation but a lasting talent. Invitations to perform poured in, and he went from singing in quiet school hallways to performing on stages across the country. Each performance was a reminder of his journey, a janitor who dared to dream and took a leap of faith. In the weeks following his AGT debut, Richard returned to his school in Indiana, where he was met with a hero's welcome. Students and staff lined the halls, clapping and cheering for the man they had always known as their singing janitor. For them, Richard's success was personal. He was proof that even the most unassuming people carry extraordinary potential. Back in his familiar surroundings, Richard felt the love and support of his community, a grounding presence amidst the whirlwind of his rising fame. Today, Richard's story is an inspiration to millions. He continues to sing, not just for the applause, but to bring hope to others facing their own battles. His journey from school janitor to viral star is a testament to the power of resilience, courage, and the belief that it's never too late to chase your dreams. With his fiancée Angie by his side and the unwavering support of his students and community, Richard Goodall's future is brighter than he ever could have imagined. And as he steps into this new chapter, he does so with the same humility, passion, and unwavering spirit that brought him here. Is Richard's story the beginning of a lasting career, or is this just a fleeting moment in the spotlight? Only time will tell, but one thing is clear. Richard Goodall, the singing janitor, has already left an indelible mark on the hearts of millions. When Richard Goodall stepped onto the America's Got Talent stage, the room was tense with anticipation. But as he began to sing and the crowd cheered him on, things started looking hopeful. The energy in the room swelled, and the moment that everyone dreams of on the show finally arrived. Richard got the golden buzzer. With that one powerful moment, he was propelled straight to the live shows, bypassing all the early rounds. For him, this wasn't just a step forward in a televised competition. It was a validation of his belief in persistence and resilience. His story resonated with audiences across the country, proving that it's never too late to chase your dreams, no matter where you begin. But for Richard, this journey wasn't just about winning a show. His performance touched countless people who had felt overlooked or stuck in their own lives, showing them that starting small doesn't mean ending small. Richard's dedication and hard work showed that it's the passion you bring that makes the difference. After his big win, he was flooded with messages from inspired viewers, many of whom shared how his story encouraged them to push forward despite life's difficulties. For them, Richard's journey was about more than talent. It was a testament to the power of believing in yourself, even when no one else notices. Despite wearing a janitor's uniform for years, Richard's voice was never silenced. Now, his talent had reached far beyond the walls of Sullivan Elementary School, reminding the world that sometimes the most remarkable things come from the most unexpected places. Yet, his path wasn't without its own emotional weight. After his audition, overwhelmed with joy, he called his fiancée, Angie, to share the life-changing news. It was a moment of pure happiness. In his 50s, standing on a national stage, he showed courage that many admired, singing his heart out with memories rushing back. In the next round, Richard chose a Michael Bolton song, a personal favorite that wasn't just about impressing the judges. It was a song deeply meaningful to him. His performance became more than a display of skill. It was a way of inviting the audience into his emotional world. As he sang, memories of his late wife filled his mind. Her unwavering support had encouraged him to pursue his musical dreams, even while he worked as a janitor. Their relationship had been built on love and mutual belief, and she had always reminded him of his talent. With every note, Richard paid tribute to those who had believed in him, particularly his late wife. Richard's journey on America's Got Talent was about much more than fame. It was a way of honoring the people who had been a part of his life and his dreams. As he continued, He dedicated one song to Angie, selecting a Michael Bolton song on purpose because it was her favorite. The lyrics meant so much to him, and as he sang, it was like he was reaching out to both Angie and his late wife, connecting his love for them both. His emotions were genuine, coming from love and remembrance, and the room felt the depth of what he was sharing. This wasn't just a performance, it was a heartfelt tribute, making it unforgettable. Following his performance, Richard opened up about the tears in his eyes, explaining how much the song meant to him and how music allowed him to express his love and pain. The judges were moved by his honesty, seeing him not only as a talented contestant, but as someone who had lived through great love and loss and transformed those experiences into something beautiful. His performance wasn't just about showing his voice. It was a story of love, loss, and hope. Richard had spent 30 years with his wife, building a life filled with love and memories. They celebrated every holiday with joy, and photos captured the deep connection they shared. But in 2019, she lost her battle with cancer, leaving a void that felt impossible to fill. Each room in their home held reminders of the life they had built together. Even with the gratitude for their years together, he struggled with the emptiness that followed her loss. Moving forward seemed like climbing a mountain without a clear end. Eventually, Richard found love again with Angie, though the journey wasn't easy. Falling in love again brought feelings of guilt, as if moving forward meant letting go of his late wife's memory. Angie's patience helped him realize that new love didn't erase the past. In time, he felt joy again, as seen in a social media post on August 25th, where he shared a photo with Angie at a local restaurant, captioning it, "Fun night with Mylene." Although Angie helped him find happiness, music remained a constant source of comfort. Then, a twist of fate brought Richard unexpected recognition. A video of him singing Journey went viral on TikTok, and suddenly his talent reached a global audience. Invitations to perform began to pour in, and by July, he was booked every weekend with his band, a long-awaited dream coming true. He shared his excitement on social media, writing, "And just like that, we're booked every weekend in July." But the path wasn't without difficulty. The cost of traveling to perform and competing was overwhelming on a janitor's salary. Just when things seemed like they might fall apart, a local man named Chris Burson stepped in to help, launching a GoFundMe campaign to cover Richard's travel and performance costs. The outpouring of support from his community was extraordinary, reinforcing that his journey touched countless lives and proving that, even through hardship, his dreams were worth every step. When Richard Goodall stepped onto the America's Got Talent stage, the room buzzed with tense anticipation. But as he began to sing and the crowd cheered, hope filled the air. The energy swelled, leading to the thrilling moment that every contestant dreams of. Richard got the golden buzzer. That powerful moment launched him straight to the live shows, bypassing the early rounds. For Richard, it was more than a step forward in a televised competition. It validated his belief in persistence and resilience. His story resonated with audiences nationwide, showing it's never too late to chase your dreams, no matter where you begin. Richard's journey wasn't just about winning a show. His performance inspired countless people who had felt overlooked or stuck, reminding them that starting small doesn't mean ending small. His dedication and hard work proved that passion is what truly matters. Messages from inspired viewers flooded in, sharing how his story motivated them to keep going. For them, Richard's journey was about more than talent. It was a testament to the power of believing in yourself, even if no one else notices. Though he had worn a janitor's uniform for years, Richard's voice had never been silenced. Now, his talent reached far beyond the walls of Sullivan Elementary School, proving that incredible things often come from unexpected places. Yet, his path wasn't without emotional weight. After his audition, overwhelmed with joy, he called his fiancée, Angie, to share the life-changing news, a pure moment of happiness. In his 50s, standing on a national stage, he showed courage that many admired, singing his heart out with cherished memories flooding back. In the next round, he chose a Michael Bolton song, a personal favorite, not just to impress the judges, but because it carried deep meaning. As he sang, memories of his late wife filled his mind. Her unwavering support had always encouraged him to pursue his musical dreams, even while he worked as a janitor. Their relationship was built on love and mutual belief, and she had constantly reminded him of his talent. With every note, he paid tribute to those who had believed in him, especially his late wife. Richard's journey on America's Got Talent became more than a shot at fame. It was a way of honoring those who had been part of his life and dreams. As he continued, he dedicated one song to Angie, choosing a Michael Bolton piece because it was her favorite. The lyrics meant so much to him, and as he sang, it felt like he was reaching out to both Angie and his late wife, connecting his love for them both. His emotions, coming from love and remembrance, made the room feel the depth of what he shared. This was more than a performance. It was a heartfelt tribute, making it unforgettable. Following his performance, he opened up about the tears in his eyes, explaining how much the song meant and how music allowed him to express his love and pain. The judges were moved by his honesty, seeing him not just as a talented contestant, but as someone who had lived through both love and loss and transformed those experiences into something beautiful. His performance wasn't just about showcasing his voice. It told a story of love, loss, and hope. For 30 years, Richard and his wife had built a life filled with love and precious memories, celebrating holidays with joy and capturing their deep connection in photos. But in 2019, she lost her battle with cancer, leaving a void that seemed impossible to fill. Their home held constant reminders of their shared life, and he struggled with the emptiness that followed her passing. Moving forward felt like climbing a mountain without a clear end. Eventually, Richard found love again with Angie, though the journey wasn't easy. Falling in love again brought feelings of guilt, as if moving forward meant letting go of his late wife's memory. But Angie's patience helped him realize that new love didn't erase the past. In time, he felt joy again, sharing a photo with Angie at a local restaurant, captioning it, "Fun night with Mylene." While Angie brought happiness, music remained his constant comfort. Then, a twist of fate brought Richard unexpected recognition. A video of him singing Journey went viral on TikTok, and suddenly his talent was shared worldwide. Invitations to perform poured in, and by July, he was booked every weekend. A dream come true. He shared his excitement online, saying, "And just like that, we're booked every weekend in July." But the journey wasn't easy. Traveling to perform and compete was overwhelming on a janitor's salary. Just as things seemed they might fall apart, a local man named Chris Burson launched a GoFundMe campaign to help cover Richard's travel and performance costs. The community's outpouring of support was extraordinary, proving that even through hardship, his dreams were worth every step.